Last Christmas I made a film. We're back. This is the post show where we are talking about the top 10 worst Christmas movies that have ever been.
Top 9.
Well, top 10. It's got to be a top 10.
There's 3 of us, so we decided 3, and then our producer Kyle gets one.
Pick the wild card
there
one.
You go.
And so, would we like to talk about Kyle's choice?
Should we just start with Kyle's choice?
I think it's important we address.
We should.
Or
The
elephant in the room, so to speak.
Absolutely. Now, there is actually an elephant, but that's off camera. Now, number 10 is the elephant in the room. Yeah. He has picked It's a Wonderful Life as the worst. As number 10.
Just so everybody knows, Cathal Feeney, whose name is in the credits, if you want to look him up and email him nasty emails.
Or dox him. I didn't say that.
Yes, so I can't get behind that choice.
I struggled with it, and
I
actually tried. Well, I did watch it.
I love that.
I thought
movie.
I'll sit down, I'll flick through it. I watched this many years ago. I thought it wasn't that bad a movie. I'll sit down. I was like, oh, this is a beautiful.
Such a great movie.
Oh, Christmas is such a good time of year.
It's a wonderful. It's
the
a great
people
film.
the physicality of it.
It's a fantastic
film.
So, Cathal, can you justify your choice?
Why?
Like I said, I haven't actually seen the whole film.
He picked a movie.
He hasn't even seen the film.
I saw the last 20 minutes, and I thought, this guy.
Last 20 minutes.
Just the last scene where he, if it wasn't for his intervention, this town would have become a,
God. Right, so we haven't.
Gambling joints and drinking joints, and get on.
It's a 2-hour movie, I think. It's a 2-hour movie.
My whole impression was formed by that last scene.
So the last scene, he just couldn't get behind the fact that this one guy had that much of an impact on this little town.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Jimmy Stewart, who had a stuttering problem as a child, yet still managed to be a Hollywood movie star.
It wasn't held back by it.
It wasn't.
It wasn't back. All right. Well,
Okay,
you know
so we all hate Cathal.
Let's scratch number 10 off the list.
I to be great. When I watch it, I'm sure I'll love it like everybody.
Okay, so the 9
Number
worst
9.
movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the top 9 now.
I haven't seen any of your films, by the way.
Right. So,
okay.
Have you seen films? Okay.
I don't watch crap.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Okay, we're starting at number 9 now.
Right. So the 9 worst Christmas movies ever put to film. Number 9. I actually can't get behind this one.
It's falling apart.
It's a total joke. National Lampoons. That's a classic. Chevy
So
Chase
let me
film.
tell you why this movie makes me hate
So who
Christmas.
suggested this?
I did. Okay, so first I
That
suggested
guy
this.
over there.
Really? You got the Santa hat.
His head looks like a dick.
Is that better? So let me tell you why I put this movie on the list. Because the theme is top movies that make you hate Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. I hate the fact that everybody loves this movie so much that they've got to watch it every year. Like, you talk to your friends and family and you're like, oh, we got to watch National Lampoons. It's a tradition. That makes me hate this movie. Chevy Chase, this was back when he was actually funny, which is good. It was actually right at the end of his funny period before he turned into the current Chevy Chase.
Before he
movie,
regenerated into Will Ferrell.
Yes.
It is a funny movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's not...
So you hate it for its repetition and for the fact that it's become
Everybody,
kind
I
of
hate
an
it because
established-
everybody else likes it so much.
Okay.
That's why. That's why this
Good
movie makes
reason.
me hate
Good
it.
reason. We'll move on. We'll move
All right.
on. Number 8. Now, you said A Christmas Carol. Now, not a specific Christmas Carol, but really because the genre, it's become a genre, Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
It's been in The Simpsons or all these different shows. It's been in Doctor Who. It's become like a cliched story.
And I like how the movies I put on here get put to the bottom of the list, by the way, guys.
That's because
So
you
I,
picked Christmas.
I wasn't aware of this,
Yeah.
but yeah.
This is
we
the
all
order we
talk about
agreed
this.
upon
Yeah.
before we
Alright,
came
yeah.
on.
Okay, so A Christmas
I
Carol.
think we was
Exactly.
watching Jingle All The Way at the time.
I am.
That's right.
Yeah, there are so many variations. Every fucking actor has to do a version of it. It's just been done.
I will
to death.
admit, I like 1999 Patrick Stewart's version. I like that one.
He's a great actor. I love Patrick Stewart.
And it's creepy.
I'm just sick of it. Like, it's been parodied so many times. But on a side note, the first play I ever did in high school was A Christmas Carol, and I played Jacob Barley.
We'll move on.
Could
yeah.
there be a childhood kind of drama
so it's
thing
kind of like-
in here, you know?
But still, like...
Your
it's-
parents were living through you vicariously.
It's just been done to death ever since high school.
Right, okay, let's move on to number 7 then. So this is Santa Claus the movie. I have actually got some stuff written on this. This is 1985.
Dave's choice.
Dudley Moore and John Lithgow. This movie holds just an 18% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Wow.
it genuinely is bad. And I remember watching it in school. They used to put it on in the community in the little hall. We come together for assembly, and the guy would come in with a projector, and they'd put this on and expose us to this horrific
this
film.
discourage you from getting involved in the arts?
It was.
You get involved in the arts, you could make something as shit as this. Be an accountant. Be something decent.
It's a soul destroying movie, and again, it's one of those films that's about the commercial aspect of Christmas as opposed to an actual funny film. So it tells the origin of Santa Claus,
Wow.
and then we have this character called Patch who goes to New York, and basically the story is that he tries to find a faster way to make Christmas presents. Maybe it's a metaphor for the fact that we get everything made in Asia or something. I don't know. It's sweatshops, but anyway, it's John Lithgow's like career low point from an acting perspective. So
You don't think Carrie and the Hendersons was his low point?
No. I like that. Yeah, I like that movie.
You've said it now, there's no point in trying to recant it. It's like,
I'll maybe edit that out.
editor's privilege.
Right, we'll move on to number 6. So this is Santa Claus with an E at the end, Tim Allen.
I think we're all in agreement on this one.
Right. As I remember, this movie made $189 million.
Well,
And it actually holds a good, it's
Tim Allen gets fat in it.
It's
Come on.
considered a good film by critics.
I have to put my hand up here, do I?
It has good. There you go.
I haven't seen it.
You've seen
As
this.
per our producer, it has good production values.
But the thing is,
Bad story, good production
I
values.
remember seeing this, and when I was 11 or 12 or so, or was 11 or 12 or something like that in the cinema in 1994. So I was 11, and I remember thinking at the time, this isn't funny.
All right, next,
Right.
next on the list.
We're up to number 5 now. This is 4 Christmases.
Oh my god,
Good start.
Vince Vaughn, it's just absolutely horrendous. Reese Witherspoon is in it as well.
Is she horrendous?
I like Reese. I've got to think of Reese. But even she doesn't make it. It's just awful. It's like.
What's it about?
It's about this couple that have this great life. They plan to go off to Tahiti for Christmas and avoid their families, and they basically kind of get spotted at the airport, and kind of their flight's kind of delayed or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they end up kind of getting obliged to kind of go to their families, for Christmas, and their families is kind of hodgepodge, assorted kind of bunch of.
And they learn to all love each other at the
yeah.
end.
But it's just
There's a
disgusting.
message.
I don't know.
Christmas.
Yeah. I'm not sure. If I'm totally honest, I may not have ever got to the end.
Fantastic.
It's absolutely vile and nauseating.
On the subject of vile and nauseating, let's move on
Number
to number 4.
4.
The Sound of Music.
Oh.
Right, so this is a film that is not really a Christmas film. It's like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. In fact, we went back and forth about which one we were
Yeah.
going to include. And Sound of Music is a film that I think everybody kind of sees this at Christmas, unfortunately, you're forced to expose. It's the film it's on RT1, and you've got the tin of roses on your chest, and you're just about able to fit a sweet into your
Another
mouth
one in.
as you slowly pass out from too much turkey. It's what do we think?
I fall into the hate it category, whether it's Christmas or any other time of year.
It's too twee. It's just too.
Yeah, I mean, if I were like a 11-year-old girl, I'd probably like it. But as an adult,
If I was an 11-year-old girl, I'd probably like it. It's like
Milo, you were an 11-year-old girl.
I mean, that's a leap, isn't it?
I'm just saying.
I
Like,
actually like that film. So,
how did I know this was coming up? Yes.
so I feel like I do have a sentimental bond
Yes.
with the body.
Cal likes the Sound of Music. Okay.
But I think the thing about it is that it's shown every year. It's absolute kind of schmolch. I can't believe you like that movie.
Yeah, I think he needs to be fired.
I know that.
And 2, we need
2?
to move on to number 3.
Okay.
So number 3 is another one I haven't seen, which is Fred Claus. Do you have though?
This is again
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. And I mean, it's not that I don't like Vince Vaughn.
Fred Claus is the,
name
is
a
the
Vince
brother
Vaughn.
of Santa
Wait,
Claus.
wait.
Yeah.
Before we go into Fred Claus, name a Vince Vaughn movie that you actually like.
Old school.
The Wedding Crashes.
That you like, because Vince Vaughn was in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like is a strong word. I might.
You got through it, you mean?
Well, I'd watch it again if I was kind of really tired and maybe very drunk. I mean, it's not really my kind of thing, but
Okay.
it's
All right.
not the worst thing that could ever exist.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
I don't. I
Fred
mean, it's-
Claus.
yeah, I don't hate
Fred
him.
Claus. Let's talk about the films that are on the list.
It's a beautiful movie, so well crafted. It's an intelligent storyline. Really reaches out to children.
I mean, who would have thought that Santa Claus has a brother?
Has
right?
a brother,
You know, and
that
it's
he's-
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, and that he's kind of got a bad brother.
Yeah.
You know, who all of a sudden kind of, you know, he ends
But
up in
that's the
jail
thing.
and he's got to try and make things right, and Santa Claus bails him out, and it's just such a.
But it's Vince Vaughn playing Vince Vaughn. He plays
Yeah.
the same character in Dodgeball, the kind of everyman, but he's not
Dodgeball,
quite brilliant.
good Vince
always
Vaughn movie.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
There you go.
There you go.
But you actually hit the nail on the head there. All he does is he plays Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like he's actually not an actor.
True.
He's just a fucking.
And now he always plays the careful dad role.
Yeah.
Let's move on to number
'Cause
two.
he's getting older.
This is you. This is all you, Milo. It's Home a Frickin' Loan.
That I thought we put. Oh no, we didn't for another. Okay, so
No, it's number two now.
All right, so this got moved to number 2,
Uh-huh.
even though 2 of us actually initially put this on our list, which should make it number 1.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So I love John Hughes movies, his 80s movies, you know, Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club, all that kind of stuff. But Home Alone makes me want to stab my eye with a fork.
Okay.
Like, so that I never have to watch that movie again. 1, it's not funny.
Uh-huh.
2, it's really not funny.
3, it's overplayed. to
3,
death.
it's done to death.
Uh-huh.
4,
Macaulay Culkin.
Culkin's in it. Exactly,
Macaulay
being
Culkin
Macaulay
should carry a trigger
Culkin.
warning.
What's his name that used to kind of play a badass gangster in movies and then got turned into a joke in everything he does?
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci's in it. He actually used to do good movies, and then somehow after the Lethal Weapon movies, he got turned into Joe Pesci,
Joe Pesci's
Joe
a
Pesci.
bit like
That
Vince
seems-
Vaughn. He
that
just
seems
plays.
to happen
He just
to
did the
all of them.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
I mean, is he any different in Casino or any of the movies he ever did? He was always the same character. The little guy was really angry. Yeah, who's calling my friend a fucking bastard now with the pen? It's like, okay, it's Joe Pesci. They shouldn't even put a character name. It's just, we're going to write Joe Pesci into this, you know?
But it's true because everyone. It's like Robert De Niro. He used to do all the gangster, all the hard stuff, and now he's just doing
comedies.
fucking bullshit comedy.
Now he's
Anyway,
just
All
collecting
right,
a
well, I
check
stand
is
by
what
number
he's
2,
doing.
and I think it should be number 1.
But it's not because number 1 is Jingle All The Way. Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger doing comedy. It wasn't funny when
This,
he did Twins.
this was your
I mean,
suggestion.
yes.
It's all me.
And this is one of the worst pieces of vile nonsense I've ever seen.
You
in my
loved
life.
it.
I loved it. I'm going home to watch the other half now.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's horrific. So Arnold Schwarzenegger's son wants him to get, what is it called? It's Turbo
Monster,
Man.
or yeah.
Turbo Man.
Turbo
And
Man.
there's no Turbo Men left in all of the land, and he has to go off and try and fight it. And it's actually kind of like Black Friday. Have you seen the videos of Black Friday going around?
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
I've seen the
shit?
videos.
Oh, any day. Yeah, okay.
It's
yeah.
like that.
It's great to
only
see
they've
that
turned it
they're
into
using
a,
that here now.
Yeah, exactly. They've turned it into a 2-hour movie.
That's fantastic. I'm with you on that. I still think it should be number 2 and not number 1, as
But
per
no.
my Home Alone. But
I think
it
that-
is a crappy movie.
Is
Arnold
it?
Schwarzenegger doing comedy,
It's wrong.
especially like
But didn't he do Terminator 3? That was a
klutzy-
comedy, right? Terminator 3.
He did the grade school one where he's a teacher, kindergarten cop. That was a comedy.
Yeah,
But it kind
how
of worked
good
because
a
at
movie
least
was
he
that?
played like a tough guy cop versus like a dad.
No,
Yeah.
You know, like
no, it was shit.
I couldn't buy Arnold Schwarzenegger as a dad. I mean, I know he is one, but like I still can't.
Why did that maid get pregnant? I'm sorry.
I can't buy Arnold Schwarzenegger as an actor, so
Mm.
that's a whole other thing. So is it are Christmas movies bad because Christmas is actually shit, or
Look at that. Oh, you don't believe
I
that.
do.
Look at the
I
hat.
think, I think Christmas is something we should celebrate once every 4 years. like
I'm
the
with you.
Olympics.
Like the Olympics?
Yeah.
It is because you're hearing the same songs and seeing the same movies,
Same
all
movies.
the time.
No. Christmas is a wonderful time of year. It's just that it's
For what?
so commercial.
So that you can go out and get in line for an hour to buy some crappy thing.
No.
For some people that don't even, and then you got to pretend. Then you get your present, and you're like, "Oh, joy, just what I wanted."
I always
I
wanted
mean,
a juicer.
yeah, I would have went out and bought it myself, but
I
I
didn't want
don't
it.
actually want it. Yeah.
No, I love Christmas. I love the mulled wine. I love all of the nonsense that goes on with that.
You actually drink mulled wine?
I don't drink mulled wine, obviously. They don't do Bavaria. Mulled Bavaria.
Adrian, it sounds like you have a family that loves you. What's that like? On that bombshell,
there
Really,
you
I'm going
have
to
it.
sign out on that note, am I?
What? No. So that is it. That is our top 9 +1 movies that make us hate Christmas. Not worst Christmas movies, but make us hate them. If you agree with our list, feel free to post it. If you disagree with our list, feel free to post it. And be sure to subscribe to the show because it's fantastic.
And you love it. And Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas.
everybody.
Hey!
All right.
Oh, ho, ho.